Hey ladies, welcome to Planners and Promises, a podcast where Christian planner girls can get together and learn how to stay productive and organized as women of God. I'm your host, Sydney, bringing you a brand new episode. Hey ladies, welcome back to another episode of Planners and Promises. Today we're going to talk about what your Christian girl productive morning routine should look like. And it's really going to be how to get your Christian girl productive morning routine started, because I feel like that's the hardest part. We see all these videos about different morning routines, how to be productive when you're waking up. But listen, let's be real, y'all. The hardest part is getting up in the morning without snoozing our alarm like 50 times and actually doing something productive. Because I know when I wake up, if I do even get up in the morning, the first thing I want to do is either lay in the bed, scroll on my phone a little bit too long, and just maybe lay around until it's time to get up for real. And that's not it. That's not what we need to do as, I want to say as Christians, but everyone overall, whoever you are, you need to be productive when you're waking up. And we know as Christians that God wants us to be useful with our time. Let's talk about the 4 things you need to do to wake yourself up in the morning. And I'm telling y'all, if these 4 things don't work for you, I'm telling you, I don't know what else will. Okay, just hear me out. The 4 things you need to do in this order, and I'm going to explain why in a second. You need to set your alarm for the time you want to wake up for. 2, we're going to pray. 3, we're going to make a what's in it for me, aka motivation, aka bribe yourself list. Okay. Number 4, last but not least, you need to make your schedule and routine for the morning of. All right, so let's dive into each one. So you're probably wondering, why don't we pray first? You always pray before everything. But hear me out. You need to set your alarm for the time you want to wake up for. A good rule of thumb is to always wake up about an hour and a half before your hit time. Now, hit time is not the time you need to be at work or be at your kids' school to drop them off. It's the time you're walking out of the door, right? So an hour to an hour and a half. If you're crazy like me, 2 to 3 hours. And yes, some days I do wake up 2 to 3 hours before whatever my hit time is to give myself some additional productivity, if you will. But yeah, so wake yourself up about an hour and a half, and kind of have that time frame in your mind. It could get readjusted depending on how much you need to do, or when you actually do your morning routine, you may realize you gave yourself too much time or you need some more. But kind of have something in the back of your head and set your alarm. Okay, we're going to pray next, because you may set your alarm and you may end up dealing with something that I did, which was, I don't know if it was the enemy, y'all, if it was just me, my body not wanting me to get up, if it was the devil, like, I don't want you to get up, I don't want you spending no time with God. But I don't know, when I first started this about a year or so ago, my productive morning routine, right, I would set my alarm, and I don't know what it was like my phone was just like fighting me on getting up. I would set the alarm for sure during that time. It would be on. And the next morning I would wake up and I either would just not hear my alarm at all, or maybe I did hear it and I ended up hitting snooze and then just didn't wake up from it. But majority of the time it was almost as if it wasn't going off, right? And then one morning my husband he may have been off that day. And I woke up, late again. And I looked at him like, how did my alarm not go off? And he was like, it did. I'm like, what you mean it did? He was like, I seen you get up, but then you turned your alarm off and went to sleep. And I'm looking at him like, so you decided just not to get me up. But I think he just assumed that, he seen me get up and shut it off. Like, okay, she must just not need to get up this morning or something. So, yeah, I don't know what it was. Something in my brain just didn't want me to actually get up and be productive for the day. So I was waking up and actually physically shutting my alarm off and just didn't even remember doing that. So what I did was I prayed. I asked God to please get me up in the morning. He knows my heart. I really wanted to for really good reasons. And I lied to y'all not. The very next day, so that same night I prayed, I had like a really intense dream. It was just really vivid and just a lot going on. It wasn't scary or anything, but it was really intense. And I ended up waking up out of my sleep. And as soon as I woke up, I assumed that I had slept past my alarm again. But no, I looked at my phone and y'all, it was 1 minute before my alarm was supposed to go off. 1 minute. And I know why he did that. He didn't wake me up exactly during that time or even early. He wanted me to get some rest. So I don't think he woke me up too early because of that. But he woke me up 1 minute before my alarm went off, because a few days, during that week, whenever I would get up for my alarm, it will also wake my daughter up because she was sleeping in the bed with me at the time. So it will wake her up too. And as I would be like rocking her back to sleep, I would also rock myself back to sleep, I guess, because I would end up falling right back with her. So I think he purposely did that for a reason. So I had time to quickly open my alarm app and shut it off so that my daughter didn't wake up, right? So he will get you up if you really want to. So that's why we got to pray. Okay, this next part, which is going to be probably one of the most helpful, aside from praying, of course, but the thing that's really going to be your motivator, y'all, is making this what's in it for me list. And I'm not talking about like, oh, I need to go work out because I need to get in shape. Unless there's someone who really does find working out therapeutic and it's really a motivation for you. But if you're someone that just does it just because, or don't you put no cleaning on that list. I'm someone who loves to clean. It kind of is relaxing for me, but it's not a big enough motivation for me to want to get up that early in the morning, right? Because picture this. You're in the bed. You're nice and warm. It's probably a little chilly out in your room because it's super early in the morning. So you're nice and cozy under the covers. You got a nice, soft, warm, comfortable mattress. You really have no reason to get up at that point. Your brain, and you're just waking up too, so you're not even fully alert at this point. Your brain is going to tell you to lay your butt back in the bed and don't get up. So you need to have something that, you're feeling all this, you're in this moment, and if you think of that thing, you're going to be like, oh, I want to get up right now. You may not have nothing at all, especially if you're someone who loves sleep. You're going to be like, ain't nothing is going to be that worth it. But I'm telling you, it's going to be something. So try to search a little bit. Get a pen and paper and just start jotting down some stuff. Do some brainstorming. For me, my motivation list looks like, one, my self-care and my skincare routine. I'm really big on skincare. It's something I love doing, y'all. Even when I was deployed, your girl had a little travel moisturizer and face wash and stuff. I had to. I don't know. That's just my thing. Like, even if I got to wash my face with a water bottle out in the field, y'all, your girl was doing it. So have you some type of motivation type thing. Because I work full-time from home and I'm a stay-at-home mom, I stay home with my 2-year-old daughter while I work my full-time job. I really have zero time to myself during the day. So another motivator was having some me time, some quiet time for me. Even when I was younger, when I was in high school, middle school, my thing was I would get up really early in the morning to have time to get ready, get dressed, but I would also want a little bit of extra time, like 30 minutes to an hour, to sit on the couch, eat my cereal, and watch one of my favorite shows, right? Like, that was my thing, and I still have that in me. I really like to wake up and not feel rushed and like I'm just going from one point to the next, boom, boom, boom. I can't do that. So I like to have a little time for myself. I like to put on my little YouTube videos. My favorites are Chloe Yasmin, the hygiene queen. I love her. She's also a Christian too, so I love watching her content. I like Jamie's Journey. She does home cleaning videos. So I like Stephanie Rose, she's pretty cool, and a bunch of other like productive girl morning routine type videos. What's the other one? Takara, she has like those micro lock dreads, and she's super pretty, but I don't know, I forget her name. But yeah, I just like to watch my little YouTube videos, sit down on the couch with my breakfast, and just wait for the chaos to start, which is me logging into work and my daughter waking up. But yeah, make your little motivation list, y'all. God, of course, I remember when I first started my routine, God was a huge motivator because it was around the time I was getting really close to him and I was really developing a strong relationship with God. So I really wanted to just spend some intimate time with him because during the day, like I said, I don't really have a lot of alone time. It's just go, go, go. Then my husband will get home, super late because he works 12-hour shifts. And then we're just getting ready for the next morning. It's just really nice having alone time, quiet time where I can pray, read my Bible, just be at peace and just have some noise off for a little bit. So that was a big motivator for me as well. I don't know, yours could be different. It could be working out because maybe, like I said, working out is super therapeutic and relaxing for you and it's something you really need to do or want to do. For my husband, it is. That is a huge motivator for him. Waking up at 5, 6 in the morning every day is his workout schedule. He literally will get lost in that gym sometimes. But yeah, I don't know, whatever that looks like for you, take your time writing it down and make sure, just have in the back of your mind, it has to be something that's going to push you to get out of the bed, y'all, that early in the morning when you're nice and cozy in your nice soft bed. I'm just saying, so make sure it's something that's going to truly motivate you. Lastly, we are going to make a schedule and a routine for the next day, because the worst thing you can do is actually wake up, but then you're going to set yourself up for failure because you're going to be trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. And the last thing you want to be doing is figuring that out when you're already tired. You really don't want to be getting up that early anyways. You're going to end up just getting right back in the bed and scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or something. So have a plan already ready so that you don't have to do any extra thinking in the morning. You can just check off whatever the next step is, okay? So let's talk about that schedule a little bit. So it's going to be hard to really condense this in this video, but the biggest three things you're going to need in your planner, or if you just have a notebook, a journal, whatever it is, make sure you have a section where you can put your daily priority, right? And I'll talk about that in a second. You need to have a to-do list so you can check off some items once you complete them, cross them off, whatever. And then you need to have a timed schedule. That's going to be your best friend. Your time schedule could start anywhere from 5 a.m. It really needs to start when you're waking up. So if you're someone who usually wakes up at 5:36, I would just start it at like 5 a.m. and go all the way until the end of the day. Or if you just want to do it for your morning routine, that's cool. Another helpful tip is when you are making your routine, I would utilize I don't know if this is a real thing, but this is what I do. It's a need to do / for me task cycle. So you're going to do something for you first. When you first wake up, y'all do something for yourself, whether that's taking a shower, eating some breakfast, or maybe you just want to relax first. Cool. But do something for you. I wouldn't say relax first because then you're going to just stay in the bed. Do something for you, but you may have to get up a little bit for, like maybe getting some breakfast for yourself or taking a shower, right? So you can wake yourself up. But at least have some type of motivation so that you're not getting right into cleaning, working, whatever the need to do task is. And then after you do something for you, do a need to do, and then kind of go back and forth, at least as much as you can. They may start getting a little bit intertwined as you go on throughout the morning, but yeah, start at least your first couple of tasks with that type of cycle. And overall, just be as specific as you can when writing down your routine. You can put any additional extra tasks on your to-do list. What's really going to be helpful for that to-do list, though, is setting your daily priority. So your daily priority is pretty much going to help you calm down and relax a little bit on that to-do list. Because a lot of times we'll make this super long to-do list and then we'll be a little bit lost on where we should start, or we'll get overwhelmed whenever we don't complete the whole list, right? So set some type of priority. It could be 1 or 2 things for each day. This is what mine looks like. On Mondays, I have it's laundry day. Tuesdays is self-care day. Wednesday is business and or homework type stuff. Thursday is laundry day again and zone cleaning. And then Friday is hair wash day for me and my daughter. Saturday is business and content planning again. And then Sunday, of course, is the Sabbath day. So we just spend time with Jesus that day. But that's what yours can look something similar to that, or it could look different. But just set 1 to 2 priorities for each day so that you're not overwhelming yourself. Because if I have a super busy Monday and I don't have time for a whole bunch of to-dos, right, I'm going to at least get laundry done at the very least. And it'll make me feel a little bit better and more organized with what I need to get done first. And most importantly, y'all, take breaks when you need it. When you feel overwhelmed, do not overdo it. You're going to have days where you don't want to get up, and if you feel like you've been productive enough, and I know a lot of people say don't do this because then you'll get back into that bad habit. No, yeah, honestly, for me personally, maybe for the first few weeks, try to make sure you get up and do your routine like you're supposed to. But if you have days where you're just tired and you feel like you didn't get enough rest the night before, get some sleep because your body needs it. I guarantee that. If you have kids, if you don't have kids, whatever, get your rest because your body will feel the effects if you are not rested, not getting enough rest throughout the night. So it's okay if you do not wake up at 5, 6 in the morning every day. And to piggyback off of that a little bit, when you feel overwhelmed, go to God, please. Talk to God throughout your day. Start your morning with him. Just like I said, put that phone down and instead turn to him. Tell him what you got planned for the day. Tell him how you want your day to go. Pray over your kids, your spouse, yourself before you head out for the day. Just convene with him. All right, y'all, I think that's all for this episode. Remember, the 4 go-to for sure locked in things that's going to help y'all is set your alarm, pray, make your motivation list, and set that routine and schedule prior to you waking up. It's really going to make all the difference for this whole thing. Okay, so Please do it if you can. Let me know in the comments or send me an email, DM from whatever platform you're tuning into. And yeah, I think that's it. So let me know also what else you guys want to talk about. I have a bunch of different topics written down that I think I want to talk about, but let me know, because remember, this is a Christian girl podcast, but we also like to talk about planners and productivity, organizing, because those are my two favorite things. Jesus and planners are probably, besides my daughter and my husband, of course I love them, but y'all know what I'm saying. Those are my favorite things other than that. Okay, but no, I'm getting this all wrong. Jesus is my favorite. I'm sorry, y'all. Bless me. Okay, all right. I think I'm doing too much talking. Thank you again for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.